Dr. Brigitte Lutz-Westphal from Freie Universität of Berlin. Thank you very much for your time. First of all, I would like to ask you, what are the main challenges of German education today?
In Germany, we have to implement inclusion of students with special needs in general education. And so it's a big challenge because we don't have enough teachers who know to interact with these students. I think it's about the same as in Brazil. And the second big challenge is to motivate students to like mathematics, engineering, and technical natural science. So we have to have more students who go in this direction, in the STEM topics.
The first one that you said, how could Germany improve the knowledge of teachers?
So yes, we need further education for our teachers. They have to know what kind of help students with special needs have to have. But we are just at the starting point of doing this.
It's a very similar of Brazil. Brazil has difficult in that area also. And your speech here today at this meeting is about students as researchers in math.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
So I will talk about a project we have in Germany. It's run by the German Numeracy Foundation. It's called Math Investigators. We have sets of schools in different places in Germany who have the task to implement inquiry-based learning in the math classroom. And I give the scientific expertise to this project and try to help the teachers to do this special kind of math lessons.
Talking about the special education and courses of graduation courses in pedagogy, has any skills developed any skills for special education for students that have special needs?
Yes, there are courses for the future teachers will have courses for that, but at the instance we have specialized teachers for that, but not the general teachers.
And how could the student become investigator?
Yes, we try to make them doing math investigations, but it's not in that sense that they find out something really new in mathematics. It's not really investigating where they behave like investigators. So we don't give them exercises, you have to calculate 2 + 2 is 4, like that, not calculations. We give them starting points which come from outside the classroom. So they think about how could the garbage collectors tour be optimized, or things like that, where math is inside, but it's not obvious it's math, it's not calculations like that. Or they think about what kind of numbers can we find in our body. This in the primary school we do things like that, and they start to behave like little investigators. They have to gather information and to try out how mathematics could be applied in these questions.
Here in Brazil we have a real gap between the results of our students at primary school and secondary schools and the researchers in mathematics. There is a big gap.
Yeah.
It happens in German also.
Yes, we have the same problem. We have this gap between secondary education and university mathematics. Since secondary education was reduced to 12 years, was 13 before, so we have less mathematics in high school, and the gap is getting bigger. So yes, we have lots of problems with that. Especially academic mathematics is not the same as school mathematics. And we have also some projects where we work on minimizing this gap. But it's very hard to do this.
We see in schools, in Brazilian schools, that students use it to like mathematics during the primary and the secondary, but when they get to high schools, they start to, my God, what is that?
It's getting more abstract.
It's more abstract, and it's probably they think that it doesn't have any relationship between other disciplines.
That's about the same in Germany. We work on this. We try to show more applications, especially applications which can be found in everyday life, like optimization of the metro timetables, or like that. So we try to give more sense to all that what they have to calculate in math class.
According to PISA, Brazil has bad results in maths. How does Germany do to have good results?
So first of all, we have always to be careful talking about PISA, because PISA is not the truth. PISA is measuring a certain way of doing mathematics, a certain type of exercises under certain conditions. So let's see, but in Germany we had a lot of effort to train the students to this type of PISA exercises. So we call it teaching to the test. I have a very critical view on that.
We have something like that here also.
Yeah, so we have this kind of teaching to the test, and but we have also some positive movements. So we put emphasis on not only calculating, mechanical calculating, but more doing mathematical modeling, mathematical arguing, communication, all these competences. And so
it's not an easy job for teachers.
Yes, it's very challenging for teachers to do that, because it's not only we give some exercises, they calculate, and we judge right or wrong, but we start to discuss about mathematics with them. We start to have multiple ways of solutions of such type of exercises. So it's a challenge for our teachers. But I think it's good for our students, but we should be careful not to do as much teaching to the test, because that's bad.
Our teachers, mathematics teachers, have the vision that mathematics is calculating and so on. It's difficult to change the mentality of our teachers.
Yeah.
In Germany, you have the same problem?
Yes, it's not as hard as in Brazil, as I've heard, but it's also a task we have to do to change to help changing minds of teachers, especially in this project. Math investigators, they have to do big changes in their minds, because they are not anymore teacher who tell you have to do this, and they do this like the way he tells, but the teacher has to be open for everything that the students give to them. You have to go to a dialogic way of teaching.
This program works with teachers of public schools?
Yes.
Yes, just public schools. Yes. I agree with you when you said that PISA is not the truth, but even in the national exams here in Brazil, we have bad results in mathematics. In Germany, Germany has a national exam also?
No, we don't have a national exam, but we have a federal structure also, but a number of federal states came together to have common exams. But we don't have a national
exam.
Yeah.
How does Germany plan its public schools to have good results, the public schools?
Yes, in mathematics.
In mathematics.
Yeah. So we have lots of new teaching material, which tries to help teachers to do mathematics in another way. There's a lot of research, empirical research, which tries to help to improve all this. So, and the teacher education or teacher training at the university changes a lot at the moment.
Are there different ways to prepare teachers beside the graduation in pedagogy?
So we have more and more teachers coming from outside, from the real life, because we have a lack of teachers in mathematics, of university-educated teachers. So we have physicists, we have architects, we have a lot of persons coming from outside, from other professions.
Do they have to study post-graduation courses
no.
to do that? No,
they,
it's not necessary.
They have some courses. They start being teachers and have courses in the evenings, in the afternoons, with pedagogy and didactics or math education stuff. And this is the Berlin way at the moment to do something against this lack of of pedagogically educated math teachers.
And the salaries of the teachers is something attractive, because here in Brazil it's a problem.
I think it's kind of attractive. It could be higher, but it's okay. And they the good thing is they have stability. They have contracts, lifetime contracts, with a good salary.
Could you see any similarity between the Brazilian system of education and the German system of education?
So yesterday I learned a lot about Brazil. I was at PUC, São Paulo, and talked to colleagues. And I learned we have the same sort of problems in math education. So we have this inclusion thing, with students with special needs, and about the same problems. And Brazil also has lots of teachers with, or more teachers than Germany, with no higher math education. But in Germany we have this also in primary school. Lots of teachers, they study German language and don't know sports, but know mathematics, and they have to teach mathematics. So there are lots of similar problems, and I think we could start cooperations to face these problems together.
One hypothetical solution that our government thinks to stimulate our young people to continue studying, is to invest in technical courses. You know, and we have few opportunities in technical courses here in Brazil. Not even technical courses that are the similar degree of a graduation, for example. How does it work in Germany?
So technical courses, you mean?
To become a technician, not
D'accord.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I understand. So we have a lack of engineers also, and the problem is for technical courses that they have to learn a lot of mathematics, and 80% of our students fail in mathematics. So we have a problem, and they try to motivate more younger students in high school and they have extra courses in math, in informatics, technical courses. but I don't know exactly how this will work.
What are the different specific characteristics of Germany and the difference between Germany and its neighbors, like France, like Switzerland?
Yeah. So, especially France and Switzerland, they have another kind of education for mathematics teachers. They do mathematics studies, and later on they decide, I want to be a math teacher, and then they have pedagogy and didactics after that. In Germany, they have to decide at the first moment when they come to university, I will be a teacher or not. And at my point of view, German math teachers don't know mathematics very well. They have some studies in mathematics, but they don't have enough. And in Switzerland and France, it's a big difference because they really know mathematics.
Is there?
So I think it's better.
Yeah. Is there one country that could be an example in mathematics studies and mathematical researchers in Europe? It could be an example even to Germany.
Mathematics or math education?
It's two different things.
Two different things.
Yes.
Yes.
In mathematical education.
Mathematical education. So, I personally, I like very much what they do in Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
I have one last thing, question that I could bring to you. 2 years ago, more or less, something like that, we talked to a researcher, American researcher called Constance Camille, that defends the use of playing some kind of way, alternative way to teach mathematics. She was a student of Jean Piaget, and she defends the constructivism that it's very common in our curriculum here in São Paulo.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Constructivism is also in fashion in Germany, so it's the whole mathematics education research community also is on the constructivism way, and we try to implement this in the classroom. But again, it's very hard for teachers to implement this. But it's all the
people to teacher understand that.
They understand, but if you work like that, you have really to listen what the students think and to go in their thinking. And that's a very hard task if you have 32 students in one class.
But it doesn't work well?
Yes, I think it should work, but they need to have more experience in this. We have to give more time.
And the use of games that the researcher, what do you think about the use of games in mathematical education?
I think it's a good idea, and we should do more of this in math education. Games are motivating, and mathematics can be behind what they do, but they have to explore the mathematics in these games. So often we see students playing games in a math classroom, but teachers forget to show them the mathematical core inside. And that's a pity. So we have to connect the motivation, playing games, and mathematics.
You said in the beginning of our conversation that most of teachers that teaches mathematics could be architects or engineers, but is there any obligation to be a teacher in Germany? You have to have a master degree?
Yes, you have to have a master degree in a master of education.
Master of education.
Yeah, and so
to teach
German teachers they have two topics. So it's math and French, math, and biology, like that.
Even the teachers of primary education.
Yes.
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 Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.